All right, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Khalipa, a short format podcast where we dive into something that I'm thinking about for this upcoming week. This week's a little bit unique. I just got home from a fitness event in Miami called Wadapalooza. It's a great event. Just finished a nice cup of Pete's coffee. I'm fired up and ready to go for this week to come. Now, something I was thinking about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my wife and I were flown out to Dubai, and there was an opportunity from some investors to open up some locations with us. And at the time we flew over there, it was an amazing experience. The hospitality was second to none, and we were pretty much enamored. You know, we went to look at locations, we stayed at nice hotels, we flew on a nice plane, and ultimately what ended up happening is that right before we were about to fly back home, the deal was presented to us. And I felt like, oh man, if we don't accept this deal, if we don't, at least tell them, oh, we're very interested, etc., then it might go away. And that was a really valuable lesson that I learned, which was what I should have done is told these investors, hey, I need to go home. Let me see the full deal sheet. Let me actually see what's going on. Let me see the contract before I make some type of commitment to you. But instead, I got excited and I felt like, oh man, this opportunity is too good to be true. I need to take advantage of it now. Let me go ahead and just tell them that, yeah, it looks good. Let's make a deal happen. Even though I didn't sign anything, by me saying those things, it was a huge learning experience for me. And I took that with me for the rest of my life because we ended up not doing a deal and it wasn't the right deal. And I'm glad we didn't do the deal. And what I learned that day and what I learned from that experience is that if it's a good deal today, it'll probably be a good deal tomorrow. And if it's good for both parties, then it could wait a little bit. I'm not saying to push things off forever, but just to make sure you do your due diligence and recognize the difference between, the return on your investment, and not just in amount of money, but also with your time. If I'm over in the Middle East pursuing an opportunity, what happens to the time that I can spend with the children? Or what happens to the time on our other business ventures? And I didn't think it through. I got excited. So when I came home, I sat down with our team, and I recognized that it wasn't the right decision for us. And so we ended up not pursuing it. I took that same mindset into Wadapalooza. While we're there, we had an NC Fit booth and it was great. But a lot of opportunities were presented to us. And something that I tried to really do was to, take information, think about it, absorb it, talk to the team, and then say yes or no, etc. And so the thing that I'm taking with me for this following week and for weeks to come is always reminding myself that through good collaboration, through good discussion, you could recognize if something is good or not necessarily good for both parties. And if you're getting forced into something, you have to sign it today or within X amount of hours, maybe that's not the right deal. Because if it's a good deal today, it'll probably be a good deal tomorrow. And I'm not saying, again, to push off things. Once you make the decision, if it's the right decision, get after it, get moving. However, don't feel like if it's a good deal today, that it won't be around for tomorrow. Because anytime that's happened to me, it hasn't ended up working out well. So that's what I'm taking into this week. I hope you guys have a phenomenal week. I hope you guys get excited for next week's Coffee with Khalipa. I want to thank all of you guys who came up to us in Miami and told us what, the impact the podcast is making on you. And like I said, enjoy your cup of coffee and let's get after it this week, guys. Thanks again.